Good afternoon, students. Yesterday you got the note on the photogrammetric surveying. Today I shall be discussing about that. So the name itself suggests that it is directly related to the photography. So we will be collecting some images and then we will be analyzing them to prepare the map. Here it is written that it is specialized in the science of obtaining reliable spatial information. So the spatial information means the information about the space or any kind of area. From that, we can get the different types of images, and after analyzing them, we will be able to get the map. Now, in most of the cases, we have seen that when we go for this photogrammetric surveying, we generally cannot move into that area directly. So, with some instruments, we will be collecting some aerial images. So obviously it can be used for landfill or gravel pit monitoring. Some urban planning can be done also. Terrain analysis and the forest management. Obviously you can understand that you cannot move in all the areas directly. So from there we will be collecting the images. There are also non-aerial or closed-down photography, that is including the digital modeling of architectural restoration, some medical imaging for forensic sciences, and many of the civil engineering applications are there also, like the structural stability of bridges, of the dams, different types of documents related to the traffic accidents, etc. There are many types of variants of photogrammetry. One example is the extraction of three-dimensional measurements from two-dimensional data, which means the photo that we are getting is obviously two-dimensional. From there, by applying different types of methods, you can easily get the idea about the three-dimensional measurements of that area. Another is the extraction of accurate color, albedo, specular reflection, metallicity from the photograph. So these are the various types of applications of the photogrammetry. Obviously, they are related to the photography and some analysis will be there. There are obviously some advantages of photogrammetric survey. Advantages are it is very fast and low cost method. The permanent record of the conditions can be taken, and also it can be used in some inaccessible areas. That means the areas where we cannot get the direct access or we cannot move physically. So in those areas, photogrammetric surveying is very useful. Also, there are some disadvantages. Weather may affect the photogrammetry, like the clouds, the rainfall. These kind of weather conditions are unfavorable for photogrammetric surveying. Also, areas having too much vegetation, the amount of light in those areas will be less. So, photogrammetric surveying cannot be done in those areas. However, due to their low cost and fast as well as the reliable method, you can easily go for the photogrammetric surveying. There are basically three components or three steps in case of the photogrammetric survey. Number one is image acquisition, second is image control, and third one is product compilation. First one is image acquisition, which includes the planning of the flight, selecting the appropriate area as well as the camera, taking the photo and its processing. After that processing, will be going for printing of paper print as well as diapositive. That means the positive of a film. And if required, we will be going for image scanning. So this is the first step. Second step is that control component, which includes the selecting of locations for ground control and targeting. some aerial triangulation, as well as the field surveying control point. Obviously, in future, this component could be eliminated and advanced GPS methodology will be available to solve the photo orientation problem. So, ground control means we need to select some control point from the ground where we will be collecting the image. Obviously, if we get the exact location with the help of the GPS, we can easily remove this particular point. Third one is the product compilation, which is very important in terms of the photogrammetric survey. Obviously, it depends on the nature of the ground or the product. That means the topographic map, monoscopic updates, all photogrammetric products which are compiled in different ways and they will be discussed. Each of these components requires the utilization of different equipment, different measurement techniques, as well as different data processing. So these are the three components that we have already discussed. Obviously, all the components are having different uses and applications with different methodologies. So we are not going into the details about this for today's class. We will be discussing all these three components in detail in our next three classes. Obviously, you need to remember this chapter is very important in terms of your examination. From this chapter, in your assignment also, you can find that many numerical examples as well as theoretical problems are given. So from this particular chapter, if you study, you will be able to get at least 15 marks from your university exam. Obviously, this is a very important technique of surveying in nowadays. So you need to learn it very carefully. Thank you. For today's class is over. We will be discussing more about the photogrammetric surveying in our next class.